You know I'm a hot boy, but I ain't never lose my cool. The speed's on fire, that's why I'm riding with my tool.
Hey YouTube, the Touchdown Podcast, back in a video for you guys today. And today, we're going to talk about the Miami Dolphins and what they should do this offseason with free agency and the draft and all that. So we're going to get all into it. We're going to go over the news of Christian Wilkins and everybody of that direction. So we're gonna get focused into this and we're going to get right into it right now. Buddy, go mama. So here's the deal, okay? Christian Wilkins, at this moment, is not being franchise tagged. He is going to be a free agent, open market, but his agent reported today that there's still a chance that Miami Dolphins can still get him because Miami Dolphins aren't done communicating with him in contract talks. They're probably going to wait to see what other teams get offer him, and if that's around their price range, they'll probably offer him a new deal, and he could come back to Miami. Same deal with Jerome Baker. I guess is what I heard too. Jerome Baker, there's still a possibility for Jerome Baker also. We will see what happens with all that. So, hold up, Kaden. I'm making a video. Okay, we'll get you water later. I don't know. I mean, I'm not all with Jerome Baker anymore. I actually want him gone, and it's not because of him as a person or anything. Just he's not a great pass coverage linebacker, and so and Miami struggles in pass coverage, and I think a pass coverage middle linebacker like Patrick Queen will be way better than Jerome Baker in my opinion. So I'm hoping that they don't bring Jerome Baker back. I'm hoping that we just if they're gonna bring anybody back, I'll tell you who the two players I want the most: Christian Wilkins, Robert Hunt, and it doesn't mean we're gonna get both of them back. Right, that doesn't mean we're getting both back because I doubt we get both back. I think we can get one of the two, and I'm really thinking. I really think Robert Hunt would probably be more important just because he's an offensive lineman, and we gotta keep to it upright to keep the offense going. I think Robert Hunt is a bigger piece, but defensively, Christian Wilkins does so much defensively that it would hurt to lose him too. So it's like, what one would you rather have? What one would cost you less money? And I think Robert Hunt would cost less than Christian Wilkins. So in my opinion, I think we should go for Robert Hunt over Christian Wilkins. But I would be fine with Christian Wilkins coming back. I want him to come back, but money wise, I don't know how it's gonna work. We'll see what happens with that. But AVG, I would like to have back too. I don't know if we'll be able to get him back. I haven't. We really don't know. Free agency starts next Monday, so I guess we'll find out then. Or I guess free agency starts Wednesday next week, but Monday you can start tampering with players. Teams can start communicating with players, free agents, and start contacting them and seeing if they want to be a part of the team and offer them deals. But they're not allowed to sign any contracts until Wednesday, which would be March 13th. But yeah, so I mean, there's a lot going on. But for the Miami Dolphins, I think the most important thing is if you can bring Robert Hunt or Christian Wilkins back, bring one of the two. If you're going to bring one of the two. If you're not going to bring any of them back, then I guess you don't. But that's a lot of pieces to fill in one off season. So I think keeping one of the two would be very important for the Miami Dolphins to do. And I think they will. I think they're going to keep either Robert Hunt or Christian Wilkins. I don't think they keep both, but they're going to find a way to get new deals with one of them, in my opinion. And probably bring AVG back also. But Jerome Baker, I think, is gone. Xavier Howard, I think, is fully gone. By the way, those two players can sign anywhere right now because they're already cut. So those two players could sign anywhere right now if teams wanted. But I think most teams are just going to sit and wait until the tampering period begins because they have to clear cap space before Wednesday's teams that are over the cap, like the Miami Dolphins. Right now, they're $18.5 million over the cap still. But with a couple restructures and things, they can go to they can get clear about $60 million in cap and have about $35 million, I believe, to $40 million in cap space to spend in free agency. And that does not include Xavier Howard's $18.5 million we would get after June 1st. So there's a lot going on. Miami Dolphins have a lot to figure out. But now I want to get into my points of what do they need to do. What would I like to see the Miami Dolphins do? Okay, we're gonna get right into it right now. In my opinion, okay, like I said, bring Robert Hunt and Christian Wilkins back. One of the two. I think is the most important thing. Day one. Okay. I would think Robert Hunt because he's gonna feel a much more need. We could always get another D tackle. Yeah, would we get someone of Christian Wilkins' caliber? Probably not. But could we get someone that can necessarily, I don't know, like replace him, but not necessarily be an upgrade, right? Because you're not gonna upgrade from a rookie to a star Christian Wilkins in 1 year. It's not gonna happen. So you gotta think of what could you get that would be beneficial to put alongside Zach Sealer going into this offseason, or going into next season. And to be honest, I think it's a rookie. I'm not saying first round. I think first round you go O-line. Second round would be probably where you go D-line. And you could either go edge rusher or D tackle, depending on who's there. And we'll figure all that out. We're not going to do any mock drafts on this channel this year anyway. Because I want to get, before we can do, I want to be able to show my mock drafts on here. And because I'm using my phone, we can't do that. So when I get a laptop and get some things figured out, we will be able to do mock drafts on this channel for the near future. And that's the plan for the future, is to be able to do mock drafts. I love to go through college football players and players that are entering the NFL and do mock drafts, what my team should do and other teams should do. I would like to do that for the future, but right now we can't. So we're not going to be doing mock drafts this year, but next year for sure expect that. So I just want to clear the air there. But we will go over what rookies I think, or what draftees Miami should go after. And we'll do a video on that. But right now, right here, okay, who would I want right now, right here? Jackson Powers-Johnson, the first round, is who I want the most. Okay, I think he's very important to have a good center, because I don't think we're bringing Connor Williams back. Okay, so he'd be huge. And then in the second round, D lineman. I don't care who it is. It has to be a decent D tackle. He has to have a solid background, right? He had to have a decent, good stats in college for me to feel good about it, or decent about it, right? But like, so you're not gonna upgrade from Christian Wilkins in 1 year, and who knows, you may not for a while. But if you can get a decently caliber D tackle that can replace him, I think it's important. Maybe they do in free agency. I don't know. I mean, in free agency, for me, I think the most important for free agency would be to go stack the O-line a little bit, and then like maybe bring in a receiver 3, tight end. Jonas Smith is someone we've been communicating with and trying to get a contract done there. So if we were to bring him in, there's our tight end need that we can fill right there and then. Miami doesn't have as many holes as we think, and yesterday I was talking about, like, oh my gosh, we have so many holes. But today I felt a little bit less about that. I do think if we don't bring Robert Hunt back, we're going to need a right guard, we're going to need a center. And probably a left guard, because who knows if we're bringing Isaiah Wynn back or not, okay? So there's 3 positions there that are going to need replacements. Tight end, if we get Jonas Smith, I don't think we would need a tight end anymore. We need a slot receiver. We can get one on the budget, probably in free agency. Middle linebacker would be a key position to get, so there's a hole. Right now, I would say 1 or 2 edge rushers, depending on if we bring AVG back or not. Probably another corner, but you wouldn't need I'd say you give Cam Smith a chance. So if you're gonna go get another corner, it would have to be in free agency, or it would have to be late in the draft. It would not be early on. And then safety, strong safety. And I know that seems like a lot of holes, but they can at least get half of those holes filled, if not all of them. Now, doesn't mean they're gonna get star players in each position. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying fill the gaps. That's all I'm saying, is fill the gaps. If you can get some great players in those positions, awesome. But money-wise, I don't think you're gonna be able to get everybody you want. You're gonna have to get some veterans. You have to bring in some older guys. Probably gonna have to draft some dudes to fill some of those positions. It's not all gonna come together in 1 year. Now, I do think this year is a Super Bowl bust year for the Miami Dolphins, though, because I think if you do not reach a Super Bowl this year, your window is officially closed. And that means Miami would have to tear everything apart and rebuild. And you're about to give Tua a huge extension, which would mean, in my opinion, is that a great deal? No. I mean, I would not give Tua an extension until next year. But money-wise, I understand why they have to do it. But it's going to hurt us for the future if he's not the guy. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot that the Miami Dolphins have to figure out. They have to do. But in my opinion, I think you go get Jono Smith in free agency. You go get a nice O-lineman or a decent O-lineman in free agency, whether it be a center or left guard, whatever the case may be, right guard, whatever, right? Bring Robert Hunt back if you can, or bring Christian Wilkins back, one or two, to fill one of those needs, either O-line or D-line. Okay? And then go from there. Get a middle linebacker. Maybe Patrick Queen, for me, is the guy I want the most. Okay? At safety, I like Geno Stone, but I think he's going to be a Seahawk. So if that's the case, you're going to have to find another safety, whether it be in the draft or be in free agency of some sort. Okay? A receiver 3. I think you go get a guy on the budget, a decent slot receiver that's not going to cost you a lot of money. Bring him into Miami, and you'd have Tyreek Hill, Waddle, and a slot receiver. I think slot receiver has to be 6'2" or bigger. You have to have a big receiver. I just think with this offense, if you have a big receiver alongside the 2 speed guys, it's going to absolutely help. Then if you add Jono Smith to that, if they sign him, be even bigger. Okay. And then the O-line, you got to get depth there. So in the draft, I think you got to draft some O-linemen, but you also got to sign an O-lineman. I think that's important. You got to sign at least 2, in my opinion, if you can. If money works out that way. Now, if money doesn't work out that way, then I guess you can. You have to rely on the draft to fill some of those O-line position needs. Left tackle, we're fine with. I think Teron Armstead for 1 more year is fine. But because he's going to play 1 more year, he's not retiring. So we know Teron Armstead's playing 1 more year, at least. So we don't need to draft a left tackle this season. Now, I know some Dolphins fans want to, and I understand that. Get Teron Armstead's replacement now. But I think for Miami's case, because they don't have a lot of draft capital, they're not going to be able to do that. In my opinion, you would draft a left tackle next offseason. Okay? So Miami has some things to figure out. And I didn't cover everything, but I covered mostly everything I could. Anthony Weaver's going to have a big saying on what this defense is and who we get on this defense and all that said. The offense is Miami Downs' offense, and he needs to get it together, because last year, yes, we were good against bad teams. Did we beat any good teams with that offense? No, the offense struggled against every good team we played besides Dallas. So, and we know how Dallas is, right? I mean, even in that game, our offense wasn't great. We still kicked a shit ton of field goals. So Miami has a lot to figure out. But like I said, I think this is their last chance to get to the Super Bowl. If they don't get to the Super Bowl this next season, I think they have to tear it apart, and it's gonna suck because we're about to give Tua an extension. Now, Chris Greer kind of screwed the money thing over, because we wouldn't have to worry about Tua's extension too much. We wouldn't have to worry about all these things if Chris Greer would have not given Emmanuel Ogbah a big deal, wouldn't have given Xavier Howard a big deal. You know, I understand X getting it because he had a great year, the year before his extension, but he's fallen off a cliff since, in my opinion. He just has not been the same corner that he once was, okay? So, in my opinion, that's an issue, right? And that money-wise, it hurt us. But now we're going to get that cap space back. But it's just, for the long term, Bradley Chubb's contract actually hurts us the most. And yes, he's still on the team, unlike Emmanuel Ogbah and X and Jerome Baker, right? Yes, he's still on the team, but his contract is, I think we paid him too big of a contract for his caliber at this point, because he's been a solid edge rusher. Yes, was he one of the best edge rushers on our team last year? He was the best edge rusher on our team last year. But here's the deal: is he not going to be back till maybe close to the playoffs next season? Now, we don't know that for sure. I'm just saying that's probably what's going to be. That's probably what's going to happen. I hope he comes back sooner. But at this point, I think he's not come back till near the playoffs next season. So, and his contract is so big of a deal. We can't even restructure it. If we structure it, it's going to kill us in the future. And we still have Waddle to bring back, Holland to bring back. That's why I'm saying Chris Wilkins is risky to bring back, only because we're going to lose one of the 3 guys. We're either going to lose Jalen Phillips, Javon Holland, or Waddle. I'd rather lose Jalen Phillips than Holland or Waddle, but I would like to keep Phillips too. So at that point, that means probably we're not going to be able to bring back Christian Wilkins. And I saw that in a tweet that someone brought that up, that you know, if we extend Christian Wilkins, we're going to lose either Holland, Waddle, or Phillips next year, and we got to bring those 3 guys back. I mean, I understand Phelps had injury concerns. Chris Wilkins has been healthy for the most part. But and I think Chris Wilkins is better than Jalen Phelps. Jalen Phelps is a Miami boy, and he should stay in Miami, which is why I just don't think bringing Christian Wilkins back, losing Jalen Phelps is a good idea, even though Christian Wilkins, in my opinion, has had a better career so far. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I love Christian Wilkins, and I want to keep him. I would love to keep everybody, but that's not how football works. It's not how any sport works. You lose players at times, and definitely in football, you lose players all the time. You have to always have new players on the roster because there's so many, there's 53 players on the roster each season. So there's a lot to go through, and Miami's got to figure everything out. But that's my predictions, okay? I think you got to focus a lot on free agency to fill as many positions as possible, and whatever positions you don't fill, you got to draft. And that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about the Miami Dolphins. Am I on the right track, or am I a little bit off? Let me know down below. Let me know if I missed anything. I probably missed a few things as far as contract negotiations for Wilkins and all that. I probably missed a little something in there, but let me know down below if I did. Comment down below and let me know. I'm gonna try to get this video. I said it was gonna be about 20-30 minute video. It's at about 16 minutes right now. But I don't have much else to talk about until next week. Next week we're gonna have so many videos popping up. We're gonna have so many podcasts going on because we got a lot of videos to make. Because, we're going to have the tampering period. Miami Dolphins are going to be doing things that other NFL teams are. And we're going to be talking about everything that's going on in the NFL next week. Free agencies hit, there's just so much going on next week that we're going to be pumping out videos like crazy. So, this video is not going to be as long as probably the other videos next week are going to be. So, and we're going to talk a lot of Dolphins football next week when they make a lot of moves. And when other NFL teams make moves, we'll be talking about it too. So, there's just so much going on football-wise. I'm really not talking about anything else. I mean, I understand, I want to talk WWE. I've been wanting to talk WWE, but with you guys, I just haven't been able to because football's off season is so crazy. I have to stick with it. So, I apologize for you guys who are wrestling fans on this channel. You're gonna have to wait because we will try to get a video out about wrestling before WrestleMania, but I'm not gonna guarantee it because I don't want to guarantee something and then I don't make it. So I just want to be consistent, and I don't know if we can get wrestling out because, not just do we have free agency next week, but we have the draft in a month from now. And so it's football season. Until after the draft, we're going to be talking football for the main part until after that draft. And then after the draft, we can get into other things. But, WrestleMania is next month, early April. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure videos out. When I get updates of what I'm going to be talking about, you'll see a title of every video I post. There might be a wrestling video in there somewhere, but I haven't made that decision yet. It's because it's football season. It's been crazy already, and it's gonna keep getting crazier. And I've been slacking with you guys. I gotta be more consistent. So I gotta hurry. I haven't even posted the other video I was supposed to post yesterday. So I gotta hurry and post that, and then I have to post this video too. So you're gonna get 2 videos today. I gotta hurry and try to edit them and post them. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Probably Friday. With what do I expect to happen in the tampering period next week. And then next week we'll be pumping out crazy videos. So just expect one more video on Friday. Then you won't see me all weekend, and then I'll be posting another video probably Monday. And then just from there we're just gonna be popping out videos left and right. So next week's gonna be a busy week for me on YouTube. So I gotta get ready for it. But I'll talk to you guys soon. I love you guys as always. It's Fins Up here on this channel. I love you guys. Comment down below. Like this if you like videos like this. And subscribe if you want to, alright? I love you guys. Peace and love, y'all. We out. Fins up, baby.